Hello and welcome to the first episode of many episodes for my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade friends. I really miss you guys, so I thought I would do something for you. I have created a YouTube series meant just for you. I have another series for my kindergarten through 2nd grade friends, but thought you would enjoy one too. This series will have its own unique way of relating to my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade friends. This show has no name so far, so if you think of a good one, send it to me. You can email it or send it on Remind or comment on the show in the comments below. This series will have a joke, fun fact, food, challenge, and story of the day. It will be created and aired every Tuesday and Thursday till the end of the school year. Let's get started with our joke of the day. What do you call a boomerang that won't come back? A stick. I laugh at my own jokes. That's how I know they're funny. Our fun fact of the day is you fart on average 14 times a day. And each fart travels from your body at 7 miles per hour. Weird, huh? Fun fact. Next thing is our food of the day. Our food of the day is hummus. Hummus comes from the Middle East in places like Egypt, Italy, Iran, and Iraq. Hummus is made from chickpeas, oil, and spices. It goes really well with carrots and celery and pita bread and some feta cheese. That's my favorite. I created a video on making it, so here we go. You will need the following ingredients: a can of garbanzo beans, 2 cloves of garlic, lemon, a 1/3 cup of water, a 1/4 cup olive oil, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon paprika. First things first, we always wash our hands. When we wash our hands, we want to make sure we use warm water, soap, and that we wash them for 20 seconds. We want to get the front, the backs, in between our fingers, and make sure we get our thumbs. So here we go. Soap, warm water, scrub for 20 seconds, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, we're going to get started with our hummus. The first thing we need to do is to drain the beans, because otherwise they're going to have a bunch of liquid in them, and then it's going to make our hummus real weird and funky tasting. So we're going to use a colander. You can just put it in your sink, and then you'll just drop the garbanzo beans in there and let them drain for just a little bit. So now we're done with that. Next thing we're going to do is you're supposed to juice 1 lemon. I don't have a lemon, so I'm just going to use a lemon juice and just put a little bit into my container. There we go. From there, I'm going to add all of my spices and everything else. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and add is the 1/3 cup of water. We have a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I chose olive oil because 1, it's healthier for you, but also it's what we have at my house. It gives a nice flavor too. Then I put in my garlic. Make sure we get everything because I got clean hands. My salt. My salt doesn't want to move. My salt. I got my cumin. And my paprika. Got a little bit left in there. Now I got all this stuff on my hands, so I'm just going to wash that off real quick. All right. Now what we're going to do is add our beans in. Make sure they're nice and drained. And then I'm going to start the food processor. And what it's going to do is it's going to chop all this up and mix it together. Move some stuff so you can see me blend it because the cord's not long enough. I'm just going to blend it. If you're not sure if you've blended it long enough, then you can take your blender top off and you can look. It should be maybe a little chunky, but it should have a nice, like smooth texture to it. So now what I'm gonna do is try it with a carrot. I just get one carrot and I'm gonna try it. That's real good. You try it at home. Now on to our challenge of the day. You will need a cup and a piece of paper crumpled up into a ball. You will have 1 minute to catch the crumpled paper, as many times as you can with the cup. To make it more challenging, try doing some tricks. Here, watch me. Excellent. You know, if you video yourself and you get parent permission, then I can put it on the show. Just send it to me in an email. Next on our list is our story of the day. Our story today is called Abigail the Whale. Let's get started. Abigail the Whale. Wednesday was swimming day. Abigail left the change room and squirmed past the shower, trying to avoid the icy water. Then she counted her way to lane 7. Abigail always tried to be last in line because she knew that when she dived in, she would make an enormous wave, and everyone would shout, "Abigail is a whale!" Abigail hated diving. She also hated swimming. She hated all the strokes. Front crawl, backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly. She felt like she caused a tsunami every time she moved. She was big, and all the other kids teased her, saying, "Abigail is a whale." When class was over, the swimming teacher talked to Abigail. "What's wrong, Abigail? Don't you like swimming? You're a good swimmer, you know." "No, I'm too big and heavy." "That's not true. That's just what you think." What was he talking about? "We are what we think," her teacher said. "If you want to swim well, you have to think light. Do you suppose birds and fish think they're too heavy? Of course not. So if you want to feel light, think light. Try it." That's a funny idea, thought Abigail, but I'll try it. And in the shower, she closed her eyes and began to think water, water, water. It was strange. Maybe it was just the shower, which for once was hot, but suddenly Abigail felt liquid, as if she were made of flowing water. By the time Abigail left the pool, it was already dark. Her house wasn't far, so she was allowed to walk home alone. But sometimes the dark made Abigail feel small and scared. Tonight, Abigail thought big. She thought giant. It worked. It was a brilliant idea. Later in bed, Abigail thought of a hedgehog in its burrow, ready to sleep through the winter. Quick as a wink, she was deep asleep. All week, Abigail followed the swim teacher's instructions. She thought kangaroo, she thought statue, she thought rabbit, she thought of a shining sun. And it worked. She jumped high in gym class. She didn't just feel the sting when she got a needle. She ate all her carrots at lunch, and Elliot smiled at her for the first time ever. The following Wednesday, Abigail stepped out of the changing room. She thought, stone, so that she wouldn't feel the icy water. Then, as usual, she walked to lane 7. Abigail got in line and waited her turn to dive. Then she thought, rocket, and entered the water without a splash. Abigail thought light. Abigail thought sardine, eel, barracuda, shark. And then kayak, and she swam the front crawl. Surfboard, she swam the backstroke. Submarine, she swam the breaststroke. Speedboat, she swam the butterfly. Way to go, Abigail! All the kids in class were watching. This time, no one shouted, Abigail is a whale. But one of them, Betty, said, You're such a good swimmer now. You should jump from the high diving board. Abigail knew that Betty didn't think she was brave enough to jump from such height. Abigail climbed up, up, up to the diving board. She looked at the water. Abigail thought. She thought very hard. Whale. No, even better. Super whale. The end.
It is all too easy for us to make fun of people, but what's really hard is being kind. It takes a change in mindset to accept and love people the way they are, and most kids have trouble with this, even most adults. One way you can be a better person is to focus on giving positive compliments instead of mean ones. Like saying, nice try, you'll get it next time, instead of, what was that? Try giving some positive compliments to people this week. Last thing on our list is our announcements and possible comments from the audience. So this is where I would add in comments from you guys if you had given me any challenges or any ideas for the name of the show. So I've got 3 things to tell you today. 1, if you push the red button below and subscribe, then every time I post a video, it will alert you and you don't even have to worry about it being sent to you or posted on Google Classroom. Next, if you send me your videos from your challenge and a parent's permission, remember, I can put it on the show, but I have to have your parent permission. Also, don't forget a name for the show. You can comment it on here or on Google Classroom, or you can email it to me, or you can send it to me on Remind. Man, there's so many options. I'm looking forward to getting your videos and getting your comments and doing this again and again and again for you guys. Once again, I really, really miss you, and I wish that I could see you more. I will see you on Thursday when I post another video for my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade friends. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.